attendance is always a big thing for me. And in fact, since we started using School Runner, we've had a better just overall grasp in attendance. And we went to a national KIPP conference last year, and we got recognized for our increase in average daily attendance from the time I started until the midpoint of last year. But this year, attendance was really important to us because ordinarily we get our chance to put our eyes on kids and sort of do an assessment that way. And so we lost that opportunity by us being completely virtual. And so we're tracking attendance in a couple of different ways. Obviously, with daily attendance, we have sort of a formula for what counts as daily attendance if you attend a Zoom class. And then we're also tracking class attendance. So on the individual student level, you might have 100% daily attendance, but what's your actual class attendance as you go throughout the day? And then for our various grade levels, our grade level leaders have sort of determined the ways they want to track engagement, as it were. And so what we did was we ended up using behavior codes that we can enter into our data system, School Runner, and track. So one of the things for, I think, 5th and 6th grade is camera on. And so it's not like a monetary value, but it just sort of lets us know of all the students who are in attendance today. We can sort of cross-reference, did they have their camera on, or did they not? And if they did, great. If they didn't, perhaps we want to follow up and learn a little bit more about what's going on there. And then just other sort of behavior codes, as it were, that we could use to get a sense of, okay, so the first step is students are showing up for class. The next step is, are they submitting work? Are they doing well on their work? Are their cameras on? Are they asking questions? And so we have codes for asked questions or active participation. So really taking a step back and looking more holistically is, like, what is attendance? Why do we track it? And then when we figure out why we really want to track it, then being really decisive on what we're actually looking for.
And how has that been? It's great that you sort of have all those data points. I mean, is that something that you're using as sort of a point in time view of an individual student, or have there been sort of bigger picture trends or adjustments that you've made because of what you've seen in that data?
Yeah, so all of sort of the behavior codes that I've talked about have sort of come along the way. So in the beginning, we knew we wanted to keep our eye on overall daily attendance and class attendance. And the feedback anecdotally we're getting back from teachers is like, I mean, kids are showing up, but they never turned on their camera. So I don't even know if they're really doing the work, right? Or this kid is showing up in my class, but he's not showing up in math, or he's not going to history. So sort of along the way, we realized we want to both be able to see like a single moment in time. So I can say on Wednesday of last week, Halim attended all of his classes. He actually asked and answered a couple of questions. So he's pretty engaged that day. And we use it to look at trends across cohorts of students, grade levels, and the whole school to see, on average, our average daily attendance right now is 93%, but our average class attendance across all of our classes is about 89%. So we're working on sort of, that's a trend, obviously, and in some of our grade levels, that gap is narrower, and some of our grade levels, the gap is a little bit wider.